Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's going on, guys?
Searchan here, back with another video, and I just want to let you guys know that I'm doing well in quarantine right now. The coronavirus situation is pretty serious, and I hope you guys are staying inside so that you're doing your part to help us get over this hurdle and stop the spread of the virus. But today we're going to cover my thoughts on the new FPS being developed at Riot Games called Valorant. And so I got my hands on a Valorant Beta key only a few days ago, so I'm still learning the game because I don't have a lot of experience in this type of shooter game. But I've known about this game for quite a while, so I hope my limited knowledge and thoughts will help you understand how this game plays and why I think this game will be so successful. So let's talk a bit about Valorant's background. Valorant is being developed by Riot Games, and they're known for making MOBAs like League of Legends. So from this, you know that they have never really made any FPS games or shooter games in general. But after playing the beta, I think they've done a really good job with this first attempt. So the best way to describe Valorant is if CSGO and Overwatch were put together into one game. It brings the precise shooter elements that CSGO has, but it also incorporates some Overwatch or MOBA style elements with different characters and abilities that you can use to turn the match in your favor. Okay, so the basic rules of how Valorant works is this. It's basically a 5-on-5 first-person shooter where one team attempts to plant the spike on a site while the other team defends from the plant. And each round is about 1:40 seconds with 30 seconds of prep phase to buy items such as guns and abilities to be able to win the rounds. And also during the prep phase, you can set up your defenses or set up your attack strategy. The teams switch roles after 12 rounds, so it ensures that each team gets to play on attack and on defense. And the first team to 13 rounds wins the match. And so let's talk a bit about the weapons and how the economy system works in this game. So if you've ever played CSGO, you will know that they have a economy system in which you get money for kills, for deaths, for winning the round, for planting bomb, things like that. And so Valorant has a very similar economy system to CSGO, in that you get money for those kind of things. And the money that you get during the rounds is used then to help you buy weapons at the beginning of the round and buy abilities to help you win more fights later down the line. And so some of the primary weapons include shotguns, assault rifles, SMGs, snipers, or LMGs. Players also have a sidearm, which is a secondary weapon, which are usually pistols, but there's also an option to buy a shotgun. And lastly, players also hold knives. And so the better weapons are usually the more expensive options in the buy menu, so make sure to manage your money wisely and communicate with your team which games you are going to buy more expensive weapons to win the fight, or if you're going to save your money for the next round. Now let's talk a bit about the characters and the abilities in the game. So this is where Valorant branches off from a type of shooter game like CSGO, in which they have a character system where each so-called agent has different abilities and roles that they play. And unlike Overwatch, the agent that you choose to play at the beginning of the match is your character for the entire match. So the agents in the Valorant Beta currently include Breach, Brimstone, Cypher, Jett, Omen, Phoenix, Raze, Sage, Sova, and Viper. Each agent has 2 abilities that can be purchased at the beginning of the round, 1 ability that recharges throughout the round, and 1 ultimate ability that charges when you plant the bomb, when you defuse the bomb, or when you get kills, or when you get killed. Also, one last piece of advice. Please, please, please remember to buy abilities. These abilities are very important in this game, and even a single ability used at the correct time can turn the tide in your favor. Now we're going to start talking about my opinions on this game so far, and I would like to begin by just talking about a little bit about my past experience in the FPS genre. And so I started a few years ago with actually Fortnite as my first FPS game. I literally only started playing during the height of the hype, so around Season 4, and only switched pretty much to PC because of the game. And it was such a popular game at the time. All my friends were playing, and I was like, hey, why don't I give this a try? And so now I currently play a lot of Overwatch and Call of Duty, the new Modern Warfare game, and the new Warzone variant of the game as well. So I've never played a lot of CSGO. I actually only have about 10 hours in the game, and I got about 7 of those hours the week before I got Valorant Beta, when the beta first came out. And so finally, this is what you've been waiting for. Here are my thoughts on how the beta is going so far. So the short answer is that I think Valorant will be a very successful game in the future. I mean, if you just take a look at CSGO and Overwatch, which are both like wildly successful games, you can see that Valorant probably has a very good future because it brings the best of both games together. Man, you can see the hype for this game. Like, you can go on Twitch, and in the first week or so, there were consistently over 1 million people watching Valorant on Twitch at pretty much any given time of the day, even at like 12 o'clock a.m. in the morning. And so you can see all these streamers playing this game, and even esports professionals from other esports are already making the switch over to Valorant. Like Liquid Pouch, who announced that he was stepping away from Fortnite just a few weeks ago. The one thing I don't really like about the beta so far is how Riot Games is actually distributing access for the beta. So the only way right now to receive a beta code is to link your Riot account to Twitch and then watching Twitch streamers that have something called Twitch drops enabled to get a beta code, and you have to watch at least 2 hours to be entered into the hat, in which your name can be randomly picked out, and they will randomly give you a code. So there's also you can watch more hours, which will give you a bigger chance. But there is a certain point where the more hours you watch, the less chance you have. So I watched about 50 or so hours of Twitch, but others have over 100 hours and still do not have the code. And I do not recommend watching so many hours in the first place, due to the fact that there are diminishing returns after you watch a certain number of hours. Also, a helpful thing to note is that Riot recently announced that a code could still be sent to your email even when you're not watching a Twitch stream, so don't actually need to watch that much. And Riot's only doing this because they want to provide the best experience possible for the large number of people that are playing their beta right now. And so they're trying to make sure that their servers can actually handle the load of players that are currently playing the game. But don't lose hope, guys. It's been recently rumored that the Valorant beta will actually end right before the game launches in the summer. So there's still a large chance that you can get to play the beta before the actual game comes out. But what do you guys think about this game? Do you agree with my opinions? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, like it. If you want more content like this, please subscribe and get out there and get that beta. Until next time.